Hey everybody, welcome back to Clark's Adventure Tours, and I'm Josh with another fun project. And this time I'm going to really tone the video down because there's a lot of stuff I think you can do without me having to explain every little thing. So what we're going to make is a regular chair. If you look at my page, you'll see the cabin chair I just made recently, not an Adirondack style chair, but a regular just straight back chair. They're real handy to have around. I've noticed lately that with it being cold, when I sit around the campfire, I don't really want to lay back away from the fire. I want to have a chair that I can actually sit straight up in and maybe lean into the fire a little bit. So I'm going to build something for the fire pit area. So it's all going to be, raw pallet wood. But anyhow, so I'm going to go over the things that you need to do. So first you need two 36-inch pieces like this. They can be kind of thick. 2x4s work great. If you can find some, this is just some thicker pallet wood that I had. So those are 36-inch. You need two of those. You'll need two 18-inch pieces. Ignore the cut that's on here. I'll explain that in a minute. But so then this also not super thick, but for the chair I want, I used oak 2x4s for the other chair, but these will work fine. And then I did take some old 2x4s and I made a box. 18-inch by 18-inch. Okay, easy. Cut two 18-inch pieces, cut two 14.5-inch pieces, and put them together, and that will make your, is it 14.5 or 14? I don't know. Check my measurements. Either way, you make a square box. Make it so it's 18 inches square. I used, can you see them there? Pocket hole joints, which I really like using, and so it's glued and pocket holed, so you have that base. And then see, this video is going much faster. Okay, so then you take your circular saw and you run it over these piece of board. Oops. So you run it over where you make a bunch of little lines. First you draw your line to the exact width of the 2x4s that we did with this. So that width, which I think was like 4.5 inches, but that's what you're measuring here. Okay? So you make a bunch of, you can see the lines from the cuts, okay? It's not gonna be super neat, and that's okay. You take a chisel and you can clean all that up. That's what I do. Clean it up a little bit. But it holds the glue pretty well if it's not perfectly smooth, which is fine. You can make it smooth if you want. I like it a little bit rougher like that. So then you have a little shelf. See that? Okay. And that design, see if you can see on this. So the idea is that it sits like that. Okay, that's the front leg. Okay. Back legs are the same thing on the back legs, except that you have to make it's a notch. Okay, same idea. The notch, this is for the back leg. The notch will fit like so. Okay, you with me so far? Really easy. Make the notch about 1/4 inch. If you're using 2x4s, you can go 1/2 inch. It makes a really good joint, and then that's the part for the legs. The next part you want to do is draw your lines for a taper. Okay, so let's see if we can see I drew my line there. All right, I'm going to pause and cut these to show you what it looks like, but you're going to do one on both ends. Do one here and do one up here, so the seat back goes back a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to draw those, pause it for a minute, and come back. All right, so here's a piece. This is one of them, one of the back legs done. See this taper up top? That's for the backrest, so the back leans back a bit. Okay. You can't go with too severe an angle, or else you'll wind up with a very, very small section up here. But so they are fairly straight back chairs. If you want to work with your bandsaw, you can round this out. This section up here, you can round this out a little bit and have it come like that. I may decide to do that, I may not, but for this project I think I'll leave it like this. But you can get creative, or a jigsaw, a bandsaw, or a hand jigsaw. I mean, anything you can cut, you can draw. What you do is you draw, you cut one out, and then you take that piece and use that as a template for the other side. But for this one, it's just gonna be straight up and down. Keep easy edges. Okay, so now I've marked the other one. Make sure, and if you have to line it up on your chair ahead of time and clamp it in place, make sure that your pieces line up, that are proper, because they should be opposite of each other. Okay, so when you have your legs, they should be, opposite of each other. See how that, okay? Otherwise you're gonna have lopsided, and it's not gonna look good. Okay, let's make some more cuts and we'll put it together. Yeah. All right, so we've got pieces that match. Go on either side. Big pieces that match. They go on either side. So all the pieces are cut. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clamp them in place. And by the way, when you cut out these pieces, these make really good wedges. I've used them for all kinds of stuff. But so save these pieces at least a few of them. The rest of them make good fire. But the oak ones are really good if you have to level something or just drive it as a wedge or kill a vampire. You know, whatever. All right, well now we're starting to look like a chair, huh? So, and there's a reason that we just clamp it, because now we want to make sure that all the parts are level and square. But this joint that we have here is strong. Once we get some glue, and that's glued and screwed, that sucker is very strong. Obviously, the thicker the wood, the stronger it is. On most chairs, most of the weight goes in the back. So we've got a little better joint there. But once that's all put together, and don't worry about a little gapping right here. You get a little bit, I mean, you want to try to make it flush, but you have to leave a little bit of a gap to make adjustments, because you know, it's pallet wood, so sometimes it needs a little bit of adjustment. And if you made it like where it's just totally tight in there and it wasn't square, you would have no room to move it. So and then if you wind up with these parts and you got them all, you've got them level, you have them level, but a little bit sticks up, just unclamp it and just take your chop saw and just cut a little bit off. So, you know, everything is, but that's why it's so great to have clamps, okay? So Father's Day, Mother's Day, birthdays, you know, everything. I mean, I'm not going to limit this to guys building stuff, you know, the ladies build stuff too. But I don't know how much my wife would like it if I got her clamps, but I love clamps, and I got a whole rack of them up there, but I don't have nearly enough. I'd love to have more clamps. So you can always, if you ever see them on sale or at swap meets or whatever, pick up as many as you can. Anyhow, all right, so where do we go from here? Well, you get it as level, you get everything level as you want, and then it's up to you how you want to build your slats. I might just go, I've got some stuff here. You know, I might just use some of this stuff. I might cover up this kind of plain looking 2x4 too, because see, the 2x4 is kind of plain looking, but when you put something like this on it, doesn't that look nice? Bulk it up a little bit too. So trim it out however you want. Put your slat pieces. You can use skinny slat pieces. You can do thick slat pieces. I usually put two. Put one or two across. You don't need much for your back. You don't want this thing to be too heavy, because all the pieces you put on here are going to make it pretty stout. All right, pre-drill, or you're going to split your wood. Glue and screw these. You can screw them from the inside, from the outside. You could even use carriage bolts if you wanted. That might look nice. Drill through and get yourself like a 2.5 inch carriage bolt, and maybe put a couple carriage bolts on each one. Boy, that would be really, with stainless, that would be make it really strong. But do however you want. Anyhow, this is Josh with Clark's Adventure Tours. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay adventuring.